Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Miss Hudson's compliments. She wants to know if she can see you.
Where is Mrs. Hudson?
Downstairs, sir, in the back kitchen.
My compliments. And I don't think she can, from where she is.
She'll be very sorry, sir.
Our regret will be mutual.
She says it was most terribly important, sir, being as she wants to know what you'll have for your breakfast in the morning.
Same.
Same as when, sir?
This morning.
You didn't have nothing, sir. You weren't here.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Is that all, sir?
Quite so.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. No.
Oh, it's Dr. Watson, sir.
What?
You told me, as I always could show him up.
Show him up? Well, I should think so.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Dr. Watson, sir.
Watson, my dear fellow.
How are you, Holmes?
Delighted to see you, my dear fellow. Perfectly delighted. Oh, you put on 5.5 pounds since last we met.
Well, 5, actually.
No more? Oh, just a bit more, I fancy.
well.
However, I'm sure you'll lose it again if your wife stays away from home much longer.
Well, yes, she has gone on a little visit. But how did you know?
Gone on a little visit, eh? Well, I like that. How do I know? Watson, how do I know anything? How do I know that you've opened an office and resumed the practice of medicine without letting me hear a word about it? How do I know that you've been getting yourself very wet lately, that you have an extremely careless servant girl, and you moved your dressing table to the other side of your room?
Oh, my dear Holmes, if you had lived a few centuries ago, they would have burned you alive.
Such a conflagration would have saved me a great deal of trouble and expense, my dear Watson.
But tell me now, how did you know all that?
Oh, it's too simple to talk about. My dear Watson, there are scratches and clumsy cuts on your shoe. There, where the firelight strikes it. Somebody scraped away crusted mud and did it badly. Badly. There's your wet feet and careless servant girl all on one shoe. Face badly shaved on your right side. Used to be your left. Couldn't very well have moved your window. Must have moved your dressing table.
Yes, by Jove. But my medical practice, now how on earth did you figure that
Now,
out?
Watson, really? How dare you come stamping in here, fairly reeking of iodoform, with a black nitrate mark on the forefinger of your right hand, and ask me how I know you're practicing medicine again?
Oh, well, of course. But how the deuce did you know that my wife was away?
Where the deuce is your second waistcoat button? And what the deuce is yesterday's boutonniere doing in today's lapel? Oh, this is elementary, my dear Watson.
Marvelous.
No. Elementary. Child's play of deduction.
Which is it today? Cocaine or morphine?
Cocaine, my dear fellow. I'm back to my old love. A 7% solution. Would you like to try some?
Certainly not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've no wish to break down my system before it's time.
Yes, quite right, my dear doctor. Quite right. But you see, my time has come.
Oh, Holmes. For months I've seen you using these dangerous drugs in ever-increasing doses. Once they lay hold on you, there is no end. It must go on and on until the finish.
Well, so must you go on and on, eating your breakfast until the finish.
Breakfast is food. These drugs are poison, slow but certain. They involve tissue changes of the most serious character.
That's just what I want. I'm bored to death with my present tissues. I want a brand new lot.
Holmes, I'm trying to save you.
Yes, well, you can't do it, old fellow. So don't waste your time. Watson, to change the subject just a trifle, eh? In the enthusiasm which has prompted you to chronicle, and if you will excuse my saying so, somewhat embellish a few of my little adventures, you have occasionally seen fit to add a certain element of romance, which struck me as being a trifle out of place, is something like working an elopement into the fifth proposition of Euclid. Now, I merely refer to this in case you should see fit at some future time to chronicle the most important and far-reaching case in my career, one upon which I have labored for nearly 14 months and which is now rapidly approaching a singularly diverting climax. I refer to the case of Professor James Moriarty.
Moriarty? Never heard of the fellow.
The Napoleon of crime. The Napoleon. He sits motionless like an ugly, venomous spider in the center of his web. And that web has 1,000 radiations. And that spider knows every quiver of every one of them.
Really? Well, this is very interesting.
Yes, but the real interest will come, my dear doctor, when the professor begins to realize his position, which he cannot fail to do. By 10 o'clock tomorrow night, the time will be ripe for the arrests, and then the greatest criminal trial of the century, the clearing up of over 40 mysteries, and the rope for everyone.
Good! But what will he do when he sees that you have him?
Do, my dear doctor. He will do me the honor of turning every resource of his wonderful organization of criminals to the one purpose of my destruction.
Why, Holmes, this is a dangerous thing.
It's perfectly delightful. It saves me any number of doses of that deadly drug upon which you occasionally favor me with your medical views. Watson, my whole life is spent in a series of frantic endeavors to escape the dreary commonplace of existence. Look, for a brief time I escape. You should congratulate me.
But you could escape them without such serious risks. Your other cases have not been so dangerous, and they were even more interesting. Now that one you spoke of the last time I saw you, the recovery of those damaging letters and gifts from a young lady who... most peculiar affair as I remember it. You were going to make her betray their hiding place by an alarm of fire. And after that...
Yes, precisely, after that.
Didn't the plan succeed?
Of course, insofar as I've gone.
Ah, you got Foreman into the house as butler.
Foreman was in as butler.
And upon your signal, he overturned a lamp, scattered the smoke balls, and gave an alarm of fire?
Yes.
Ah. And the young lady, did she...
Yes, Watson, she did. It all transpired precisely as planned. I took the packet from its hiding place, as I told you I would, and handed it back to Miss Faulkner.
But you never told me why you proposed to hand it back.
Oh, that's very simple, my dear Watson. My dear Watson, it would have been theft for me to take it. The contents of the package were the absolute property of the young lady.
Well, then what did you gain by this?
Her confidence. And insofar as I was able to secure it, her regard. As it was impossible for me to take possession of the packet without her consent, my only alternative is to obtain that consent, to induce her to give it to me of her own free will. Its return to her was the first step in that direction. The second depends entirely upon what transpires today. I expect Foreman here to report in half an hour. Come in, come in.
I beg you to pardon me, sir. The boy said to come right up as soon as I come.
Quite right, quite right.
Ah, monsieur, I fear me there is trouble. The butler, your assistant, the one who sent me to you.
Ah, yes, Foreman.
Yes?
Him, Foreman. There is something done to him. I fear to go down to see.
Down? Where? Down? Where?
The cellar of that house. Oh, it is a dreadful place. He did not come back. He went down. He did not return. Oh.
Who set him down?
Monsieur of the house, Monsieur Chetwood.
Ah, Larrabee.
Yes.
Has he been down there long?
No, for the dreadful noise was heard. Oh, the noise.
What noise? What noise? Here, now wait. Look at me. Here. What did it sound like?
Like the dreadful cry of a man who was struck down by some deadly thing.
Billy?
Yes, sir.
Coat, boot, order a cab, quick.
Yes, sir.
Now, Billy, be careful now. Look out now, look out. Did anyone follow him down into the cellar?
I did not see.
You didn't see? Don't wait, order the cab. Watson, take this and follow me.
I had better not go also.
No, wait here. Ha! I hear Foreman coming. No.
Nothing more last night, sir. After you left, Prince came, and they made a stop for the girl's room, but I gave a rap with the axe on the floor as you directed, and they got no further. However, this morning, a little after 9...
One moment, mademoiselle. Step into that room and rest yourself.
But I am not tired, monsieur.
Step in and walk about then. I'll let you know when you are required.
Oui, monsieur.
Take a look at his head, Watson.
Oh, it's nothing.
Take a look at his head.
An ugly bruise, but not dangerous.
Ah, very well. A little after 9, you say?
Yes, sir. A little after 9, Larrabee and his wife left in a cab. She returned without him about 11. Was met by old Luffner, sir. They went into the library, got a look at them through the window from the outside. They were putting together a counterfeit package. You'd better watch out for some sharp trick, sir.
No, they'll have to watch out for the sharp trick, Foreman. And Larrabee, what of him?
Returned about 3, sir.
How did he seem?
Oh, under great excitement, sir.
Any marked resentment toward you?
I think so, but he tried not to show it.
They'd consulted someone outside. Was the Larrabee woman's behavior different also?
Now that you mention it, sir, she gave me an ugly look as she came in.
Ah, an ugly look. She was present at the consultation. They were advised to get you out of the way. He sent you down into the cellar on some pretext. You were attacked in the dark by 2 men, possibly 3, and received a bad blow from a sand club. You managed to strike down one of your assailants with a stone. No, it was a piece of timber, and escaped by crawling out in the dark through a coal grating.
That's what happened, sir.
They've taken in a partner. And a dangerous one at that. He not only directed this conspiracy against you, he also advised on the making of the counterfeit package. Within a short time, I shall receive an offer from Mr. Larrabee to sell me the package. He will desire to meet me on the subject and will then endeavor to sell me this bogus package for an enormous sum of money. After that...
Letters are most important, sir.
It wouldn't surprise me to death at all if the said communication were at hand. It is. Watson, take a look at it for me. My eyes, you know. It's cocaine. All those things you like so much.
Dear sir,
Who thus addresses me?
James Larrabee.
Oh, what a surprise. And tell me, what has James to say this evening?
Dear sir,
Oh, I hope he won't say that again.
I have the honor to inform you that Miss Faulkner has changed her mind regarding the letters, etc., which you wish to obtain, and has decided to dispose of them for a monetary consideration. She has placed them in my hands for this purpose, and if you are in the position to offer a good round sum in cash, the entire lot is yours. If you wish to negotiate, it must be tonight at the house of a friend of mine. At 11 o'clock, you will be at the Guards Monument at the foot of Waterloo Place. You will see a 4-wheeler with wooden shutters on the window. Enter it, and the driver will bring you to my friend's house. If you have the cab followed, or try any other underhand trick, you won't get what you want. Let me know your decision. Yours truly, James Larrabee.
Now, let me see if I have the points. Tonight, 11 o'clock, Guards Monument, Waterloo Place, cab with wooden shutters on the windows, no one to accompany me, no one to follow cab, or I don't get what I want.
Oh, quite right.
Quite right.
But this cab with the wooden shutters...
A little device to prevent me from seeing where I'm driven. Billy.
Yes, sir?
Hand this to the old man and
It
say...
was a woman, sir.
Ah, a woman.